My name is Giovanni Torres, and I will be sharing with you some of the cases dealt with by the ACLU. In 1994, the U.S. ratified the Convention of the Elimination of Racial Discrimination, also known as CERD. The treaty prohibits racial and ethnic discrimination in all forms of public life including employment, education, housing, healthcare, and voting. As a result of the ratification, all levels of the U.S. government are required to comply with CERD's provisions. The ACLU highlighted the flaws in the State Department's reports to the UN concerning the current state of racial discrimination in the U.S. CERD prohibits racial and ethnic discrimination in all its forms, including racial profiling, but it still continues to be a problem affecting racial and ethnic minorities in almost all phases of life. Typically, racial profiling will take place when law enforcement, instead of using concrete evidence of unlawful behavior, uses factors like race, ethnicity, nationality, religion, or perceived immigration status to aggressively use force against people's color. The ACLU report finds that minorities are profiled while they work, drive, shop, pray, stand on the sidewalk waiting for work, or while traveling on airplanes, trains, or buses. Here are a few cases I've come across of these occurrences. Stephen Eloy was severely beaten and tasered by officers who at the time were searching his business without warrant and were unprovoked by Eloy. Siti Rina Isa was working for the ambassador to the Qatar mission of the United Nations, being paid less than 33 cents an hour. Taylor White Buffalo, a Native American student in South Dakota, was arrested and prosecuted for criminal misconduct after defending himself in a fight against a Caucasian classmate. Also, as outlined in my web text, in 1984, Deborah Sykes, a young white newspaper reporter, was assaulted, raped, sodomized, and stabbed to death just blocks from where she worked in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Though no physical evidence implicated him, Darrell Hunt, a 19-year-old black man, was ultimately convicted of the crime and sentenced to life in prison. 10 years later, DNA testing proved that Hunt did not rape Sykes and cast serious doubts on his involvement in her murder at all, but he spent another decade behind bars for a crime he did not commit. This goes to show that even though we have many laws and treaties, racism still occurs because our systems remain unjust and racially biased. Our voices and who we choose to put in those systems is what will make a difference. We have the power to make a big positive impact on the civil and human rights of others.